What up, Laker fam? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers get their first Summer League victory and the one that matters here in the Las Vegas Summer League. 103-96. Love what I saw from the young core. Let's start with Max Christie, 22 points. He also had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. So he filled up the stat sheet completely. He continues to show his improvement. I mean, this is a third straight game with at least 17 points. So he's been balling out, and he's averaging over 21 points per game. Phenomenal game by Max Christie, capped off with a nice poster dunk that reminded a lot of people of the Black Mamba. So that was nice to see. And then Cole Swider chipped in 19 points. Now, Cole is an elite sniper, man. If only he had anything else added to his game, like he would really be on somebody's roster and maybe even a rotation. So, Cole Swider is kind of an anomaly for me because he had a very impressive 19 points, but then again, nothing else really. And then Colin Castleton continues to impress as well. With 13.7 rebounds, 6 assists, very Pau Gasol-esque with the passing. I love it. And then, I mean, just all around well-rounded game. Very proud of the youngsters, but Max Christie is really showing his prowess, and he did it efficiently tonight. You know, he had his 22 points and 7 rebounds. I love his rebounding skill as well. I think it's very underrated. On 6 of 11 from the field, so 54% shooting and 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. That's 6%, folks. So he's been shooting lights out from beyond the arc. Again, major credit to Phil Handy. It's also translating to the free throw line where he was 7 for 7 for 100% from the free throws to cap that off with 7 rebounds again, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. So his defense is right there. He's turning out to be a nice little two-way prospect. Just a fun game. Very, very fun game. Let's see. He said, hey, Dan, any Woods updates? There is no Woods updates, which could actually be a good thing. Unless he's waiting for Damian Lillard to go to Miami or something. I don't know. But we don't have a Woods update yet. Hopefully something breaks here as soon as already July 7th. So it's been a couple of days. It's been like 8 days since free agency started. And Christian Wood is still teamless. So is Bobo. So is Biombo. And as well as other options. So we'll see what happens there. But overall, man, this team right here, this young team, I'm very excited for the future. We're starting to see glimpses of what this team could be like once LeBron and AD move forward. Demoy Hodge was impressive as well with 11 points on 4 for 9 shooting, 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. He's got a very KCP-esque type game with some solid defense. He also had, what did he have? I think he had 2 steals as well. Yeah, he had 2 steals, so very solid defender. Who else chipped in here? Oh, and Jalen Hood-Schifino was actually very under control. I told you guys I wanted to see a game where he facilitated first and orchestrated. Now, his shot wasn't falling today. He went 3 for 11, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. He continues to not be able to hit a single shot yet from beyond the arc. However, he did have 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and most importantly, 4 steals and a block. So he's a defensive-minded guard. And again, my comparison that a lot of people don't like, but I still remain that he's somewhere between Marcus Smart prospect-wise and Drew Holiday. Like if he can become somewhere in between, that'd be great. So maybe a little less. But listen, I really like what he brings to the table, for sure. Questions are. I see the questions coming up. He said, "Do you see us getting Bobo?" I can see that happening. However, today I heard a rumor I did not like, and that was that the Phoenix Suns, were interested in him. So yeah, I don't like that rumor. Hopefully they don't land him at all. My boy says Swider's too slow and too low IQ. Cut Swider. Give it the two-way to Alex Fudge. I like Alex Fudge. He actually brought some nice energy to the table. He was able to knock down a 3, play some solid defense. He was fudging it up, man. What's not to like? He went 2 for 4 from the field for 7 points and a block. Not bad. Not bad in limited minutes. He only had 11 minutes. So not bad at all. But his energy was infectious. I definitely like that. My guy said Jalen Hood's defense is nuts. I told you guys, man. I told you I see like a Marcus Smart-esque type guard. He's also very tough when attacking the rim. He got fouled a couple times. I didn't call it. But that's fine. That'll toughen him up even more. Hey, my guy Eddie, what's up, bro? He said Matt Max Castle Tower. I like it. He's given Castleton a nickname. He said Fudge and Hodge were fire. I love it, man. You know what? Absolutely, brother. Who was your least favorite from the players you saw today, bro? I'm curious to see what you think there. But I agree, man. I think Max Christie, you set him out the next game. He's ready. He's ready for a regular season rotation. Very, very much ready for a regular season rotation. I can't wait to see what he looks like. There we go. Jonathan Reyes says Castleton 13-6-7, low-key good game. Love Lewis. Yes, Castleton is filling it up from all over the place. He's got a very soft touch, and he's able to finish really well around the basket. I absolutely love the way this guy plays. And Lewis, I hate to put, to make these comparisons because they're very outlandish. It's very premature. But Lewis plays a lot with the athleticism of like a Jalen Brown, and a lot of energy there. If I think I think you guys are really gonna like Maxwell Lewis once the coaching staff gets their hands on him, because they're gonna refine his skill set just like Max Christie. And this guy could jump out the building. Excellent defensive guard as well. I think he had 2 blocks again tonight. So yeah, a lot of potential, man. I can see the future of this team is very bright, even past the LeBron James AD timeline. So it's going to be exciting, man. Very exciting. He said Alex Fudge is only 20. Give him the 2-way. I liked him since I saw him play. Very athletic guy. Power forward. If he can knock down his threes, he might have a shot. But he's all over the place. He's crashing the glass. He's got nice bunnies on him. He's got some hops. So if he can utilize that to his advantage, attacking the rim, getting second chance rebound, stuff like that, he might have a chance, at least for the South Bay Lakers, and then you never know, maybe late bloomer. But yeah, I say a training camp invite doesn't hurt anybody, right? My guy said, Dan, Swider can't guard a parked car. Well, listen, I'll tell you this. As far as Cole Swider goes, yeah, man, like I tweeted this out during the live stream. I said, Cole Swider couldn't even defend his plate from a fly. Like, that's because I truly believe that's true. He hasn't improved on that end at all. He can't put the ball in the basket. He's not a great passer. He's just a sniper. That's what hurts. It's like you could always use a sniper, but man, he's going to get cooked out there. Maybe with like second and third stringers, he'll be okay. But I don't know, man. That next level, at the NBA level, they're going to hunt him. And I saw even here in Summer League, I saw them. Sometimes they were falling out of bounds, and they were looking for Swider's guy to lob it over the top because he's kind of flat-footed. He gets caught. So it sucks, man. He's got duck feet. You know what I mean? But I wish him the best. I like this guy. He's fiery. He plays with a lot of passion. He just doesn't have the it factor right now for me personally, but I love his shot. His shot, his shot is probably the best thing about him right now. Eduardo said, hey, bro, my least favorite was Ba. He said, I think that's how you spell. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. He said he was trying too hard, forcing some threes, but I understand he's trying to catch an eye. Swider as well, G League players only. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, that ball kid, I mean, he's got talent, but just like last year it was Paris Bass. Paris Bass was ball hogging and costing us games because they're trying to catch an eye, and instead they're bringing the wrong sort of attention to themselves. But I wish them the best. I like their talents, very athletic, lanky players. It's a shame they can't play within the system and get theirs, right? Because I think they shine better. Sometimes less is more. So I agree with your take right there. I even forgot he was in the game. That's how minimal of an impact he made. The only nice play he had was one where he stole it. He palmed the ball and he went like this to the defender and just kind of like sunned him and finished at the rim with a nice little high arcing off the glass layup. So that was probably the best play he had for sure. I feel you, bro. Maurice says, to those down on Jalen Hood-Schifino right now, remember, Max Christie barely did anything last year in Summer League. Now look at him after Phil Handy. Let Phil Handy work with Jalen Hood-Schifino. I'm actually high on him. He's exceeding my expectations, man. I like his poise, general type of guard. He's a very nice passer. I like his no-look passes. I like him on the break as well. Nice lob pass to my guy, Max Christie. Just overall, floor general, and also very solid defender. So I'm not complaining. That jump shot is his only weakness from beyond the arc. Once he gets that right, he could potentially eventually become similar to like a Drew Holiday type, especially if his defense continues. He had 4 steals and a block. So again, we drafted him for his defense. His offense, I think, will come along, like my guy said. Of course, working with Phil Handy does not hurt. It actually helps tremendously. Just ask everybody who has worked with him, including who was it that recently said they improved their game tremendously? I think it was Rui Hachimura. So Rui Hachimura recently said, how great, working with Phil Handy has become for his game. So that's exciting. He said a 6'9" sniper would be so good for us, but Swider is too slow as a 3 and too thin to be a 4. I agree, man. Listen. The thing about Cole Swider is that he needs to bring something else on the table. Even if it's not his defense, you at least got to rebound really well. If it ain't that, I mean, something playmaking got to be better. Did you see that ugly, horrible pass when he tried to put the ball on the floor? He just plays so nervous because he's flat-footed and he's a little bit slow, so he tries to rush it when the defense is coming at him. They speed him up successfully. So, it is what it is. I like the kid, but maybe another year in the G League won't do him bad. Hopefully eventually he gets up to speed, man, because he's out there like a sloth, very slow motion. He said if Swider could move at all, he'd be straight, but he can't, and it's gonna change. And it's not gonna change. Yeah, I don't think so either, man. I'm discouraged to see that he hasn't improved in that department. I thought he would get his body into tip-top shape, and he'd get a little bit better with his lateral quickness, and maybe different types of shots other than catch and shoot. Maybe a step back shot here and there, maybe a turnaround jump shot from the post. Just show us a little bit of a different arsenal to prove that, hey, maybe he has a shot at the next level, but he has not. Hey, what up, Bill? What's up, Bill? We're out here celebrating the Lakers win, man. Very, very impressive win, capped off by Max Christie's 22 points. Again, third straight game where the young fella has 17 points or more. He's averaging 20 plus this summer league. I mean, he's killing it from the California Classic to now. And I don't expect anything to change. Personally, me, though, I'll ask you guys this. Do you guys want to see this young buck sit out since he already proved himself, or continue to build his confidence? What would you prefer? Prince, what's up, my guy? He said, Dan, even the Warriors rookies and G Leaguers keep on jacking threes. That's really their culture. It is. That's all they do, man. And as you can see, it's going to run out of business because, teams are finding other ways to win. Like, for example, tonight, the Lakers mixed it up nicely with our inside-out game. But, hey, that's their play style. That's how they run, and they're just an extension of the actual team. It is what it is, man. Guess they won't never learn. He said, but Max Christie's going to be a dog. I can see it. I was telling people since last year, man, I love this defense. When I saw him play in person, I said if he brings his offense up to speed, he's going to crack the rotation, and he has done that here early in Summer League. Now we got to wait to see how it's going to translate to training camp and eventually preseason, but I see a bright future in this kid's career. And matter of fact, I was posting on Twitter earlier, I think it was last month or 2 months ago, I bought a couple of Max Christie cards, man. I bought stock into Max Christie because I believe in him. I feel like he's going to be a key piece of the Lakers moving forward. And so those cards should go up in value. Some of those are numbered cards, so that's pretty cool. Hey, Dan, what do you think about the Lakers going after Dario Saric? He wouldn't be too bad, but we need a legit big man, you know what I'm saying? We don't need no more forwards. We got plenty of those. A legit big man or Christian Wood would be nice, in my opinion. I'd prefer. But I wouldn't be mad at it. It's just not a fit here right now, personally. Drew said, looks like Jalen Hood has a lot of potential. Good defender, passer, and ball handler. Just needs to work on the shot a bit right now. And that's the scary part, right? Everything you just said is dead on. It's spot on, brother. So kudos to you, Drew. But I'll say if he can work on that jump shot and he gets that right, like Max Christie has here apparently, then he can become a 3-level scorer who can manipulate defenses and get his teammates involved. And when you do that, that's when you become a lead guard for your team. So I can see him becoming that in the future for the Lakers as long as he continues to develop. And like you said, he starts knocking down some threes. The form is there. I'm going to say the same thing I said about Max Christie. Their jump shot is beautiful. It's all about just repetition and really putting your legs into it and being decisive. Once your confidence is up, they're going to be shooting lights out because, they know they can hit that shot. They hit it 100 times out of 100 in practice, so why can't it translate to the game? So that's all it is just getting some reps in for your boy Jalen Hood. But, man, he's so hood. All right, defensively, again, 4 steals, a block, very solid facilitating, and 0 turnovers tonight. And he has a solid ball handle. I knew eventually he would cut down on those turnovers because the previous 2 games he had like 3, and one of them he had 5, and it was all kind of just filling out the game. But now you're starting to see what he could potentially become, especially once he gets that jump shot down. Question about Wembanyama. I was waiting for it. A lot of people were not happy with him. He said, Dan, did Wemby impress you, or is he too skinny? His frame worry you? Look, his basketball IQ and his defense definitely impressed me. He's an intelligent player, which is going to vote well for him under Greg Popovich. As far as being too skinny, you can't really add too much weight on a player like that because then then they get injured because just like Anthony Davis, you add weight on a player that's not supposed to have that much weight. You can hurt your knees and you can have all kinds of damages for the future, especially at that height. So they got to make sure they balance that out. Maybe cut down, get a little more lean, and subtract the weight and add some muscle in place of the weight. Maybe that'll work, but it's going to take time. Now, he did have 5 blocks tonight, so it tells me that his size is definitely going to impact on the court, which is good news for Greg Popovich because that means he can use him as a decoy to get others open. All of the defense and everybody was on him tonight. They were swarming him like bees because of all the chatter, right? So the media has already set him up for failure. However, if they play it smart, he can get his within the flow of the offense instead of force feeding him, and they can use him, with some down screens and some decoy action. Instead of him rolling to the basket, he could pop out and clear out the lane for a couple of players and guards. They did that sometimes tonight, and they came out with the victory, and it's kind of rather easy how they won. They kind of dominated from end to end. And I think Wembanyama actually had, for those of you that are true students of the game and understand the X's and O's, not just the stat sheet, I think Wembanyama actually had a pretty good game. He kind of facilitated for his teammate and played some decoy basketball. Now, he missed his shots for the most part, but it's his first game. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a great game the next game or one of these games right in the summer league. So I'm not going to put too much stock into one game, but I will take away the positives, and his size is going to bother people in the paint for sure. He has good defensive instincts, and he knows how to utilize his size and his basketball IQ to make for teammates. So that's all good. The shot will come. He has a nice soft touch. Nice form, good handles. I mean, he's pretty well-rounded, right? If I had the number 1 pick in the draft, I would definitely take him, even though I love Scoot Henderson. But you got to go with the unicorn, and you got to see if he's going to pan out. Elia Cruz. Sorry, bro, if I butchered that. He said, Dan, imagine Jalen Hood, Shafino, Max, and Austin in 2 years in the starting lineup. That is a very solid core. I am curious to see, because what usually tends to happen is when you start stacking up talent, other teams come knocking, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then they'll have offers like Zach LaVine for the 29th pick, Jalen Hood, Shafino, and Max Christie, and stuff like that I really don't want to see. I want the Lakers to keep the core and continue on this path. They draft extremely well, and we have a very bright future, probably just as bright as anybody if we continue the course. What we don't want to do is, again, teams will do this. They'll see you stacking talent, and then they'll pursue this talent. Matter of fact, if these guys would have been established by now, then maybe the Portland Trailblazers would have been calling us about Damian Lillard. And the Lakers, there's a city of stars. So that's the only thing that concerns me with all this talent we have, is that eventually some of these guys will become expendable in the eyes of the front office, and they'll try to keep the main ones they like. But I hope they keep them all and they keep stacking them, because all of these guys are like 24, 25 and under, right? So there's a bright future to be had there. We'll see what happens moving forward. My guy said, Dan, Jordan missed again, choosing Miller over Scoot Henderson. Now it looks that way, and I agree. I would have never picked Miller over Scoot Henderson. However, time will tell, because sometimes somebody looks better and at the moment, and then the other prospect overlaps them, right? So time will tell who made the best pick there. But hopefully this time, again, the Lakers, hopefully we can continue to build what we're doing over here on this side. I saw Scoot get injured, man. That's unfortunate. Very physical player, so at times you do run that risk, same as with every other physical guard in the history of the NBA. But it's a risk you got to be willing to take. I've still taken Scoot Henderson over Brandon Miller and any of the other top 5 outside of Wembanyama. My guy said Lakers are going to have to pay Vando and Christie next year. They probably will choose one. Well, hopefully Vando continues to improve, because we need him moving forward, man. Vanderbilt is a real legit piece in this roster on this team. You can argue that he's your best perimeter defender, and then AD being your best interior defender. So his length and versatility, you could throw him on the best wing players any given night, and even some guards. So yeah, Vando is a secret weapon for us. We need to hold on to him as much as we can. I mean, if he doesn't develop his offense, there's only so much he can command on the open market anyways, because defensive players always seem to be under appreciated. I mean, look at Stanley Johnson. He still doesn't have a job. I don't get it. I really don't. You would think that after the success Vando had on the Lakers and how he left his imprint, there's no way that, these guys wouldn't be able to land a spot. So my guy said, Dan, it's unreal how good the Lakers scouting department is. I don't really remember the last time they drafted a bust. Let's see. That's a good question. What was the last time we drafted a bust? Devin Ebanks, Robert Sacre, but those were late round picks, so I don't really consider them bust. Those are just like, you know, no risk, low reward type players, anyways. My guy said D'Lo hasn't signed. Yes, he has. He's officially signed, man. Ice in his veins is back. Congratulations to him. Can't wait to see what this team can do together with a full training camp and a full season. I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And if you guys didn't watch my halftime, I was excited because Darvin Ham and I'm sorry, not Darvin Ham. Rob Pelinka gave us some intel on what the Lakers are planning on doing next season, and I think it involves playing with two big men lineups, including Jackson Hayes and Anthony Davis. So that's very exciting because that could definitely help AD stay healthy till the playoffs come. So that, again, very, very exciting. Mo Wagner was a miss. That's a good one. He was a miss with the 19th. Was it 19th? I don't remember if it was 19th. But yeah, you guys remember who I wanted and who they drafted? I wanted Mitchell Robinson, and they took my guy Mo, unfortunately. But that's one of the few rare ones. What was Anthony Brown? I think Anthony Brown was a second-round pick, so you really don't count those as misses because those are like they're hit or miss in general, right? As a matter of fact, when you hit off of second-round picks, is a steal. Oh, he was 25th pick. There you go. That's what I thought. I knew he wasn't 19. I was like, that's too high. Anthony Brown was 27. So yeah, that was a missed pick. But it's been a while. I mean, how many years ago did he get drafted? Right? He was out here with the first young core with D'Angelo and Lonzo Ball. So yeah. But hey, sometimes you can't always hit, right? You cannot always hit. It's one of those things where we've been really lucking out in the draft. It takes preparation. It takes some luck as well. It's like opening a Christmas present. You just don't know. You can weigh it. You can move it around. You can check out the shape of it and try to guess what it is. But at the end of the day, you won't know what that present is till you open it up and you really see what's in there. And same thing with these kids, man. You don't really know what they are and you don't know what they're made of till they start getting playing time and they start developing. But I think, again, also not only our scouting department and our coaching staff, but Phil Handy is just a legendary coach, and I hope he gets a lifetime contract with the Lakers to work for us forever, man. I'm gonna be bummed out the day that if he ever leaves. I'm probably gonna shed a real thug tear, man. I'm probably gonna be sad as you know what, because since his time, with the Cavs, Kyrie Irving and other young players that he developed, this guy has been legendary even before that. So. Ozzy, my brother, thanks for a super chat, bro. He said Twitter proposed Christie, Reeves, Jalen Hood-Schifino in 2029 first for Lillard. I wouldn't do it. Oh man. Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't do it is because Damian Lillard doesn't want to be here, and because you see what potential these youngsters have, as well as that 2029 first round pick. We don't know what that could be. That could be a top 3 pick. So definitely not doing that trade. Jalen Hood seems to be a future floor general. Reeves is non-tradable for me at this point. I didn't even pay attention to the fact you threw him in there. I just read Christie and Jalen Hood in the pick, but hell no. If it comes with Reeves, hell no, bro. And I love Damian Lillard, but what is he, 33 now? He's gonna have like 2 more prime years left, if that. While these youngsters have a whole future ahead of them. So I'm sticking with the core and moving forward. My guy said THT was the 46th pick. THT was not a bust. Matter of fact, he's still coming on strong. Problem is he's been underdeveloped, and you can thank Frank Vogel for that, for not giving him enough PT and prioritizing guys like Russell Westbrook. And you could also thank Russell Westbrook, who stunted a couple of these kids' growth. Remember, Austin Reeves was already showing flashes, but as soon as Westbrook got traded, that's when Austin Reeves' numbers just started jumping off the page, and that's when he's really gotten an opportunity to start. So, it's one of those things where opportunity and talent have to meet, in the middle. And I still think THT has tremendous talent. It just he hasn't got the opportunity to shine. Maybe he will in Utah. Maybe he won't. Not sure. But what is he, 24 now? Bottom line is I still believe in his talent. I do. It's just it hasn't been able to come together for him as far as opportunity and fit goes, right? And for the 46th pick, you cannot call this man a bust because there's so many other 46 picks that are way less talented than he is. So many, right? So he's actually on the upper echelon of picks in that range. You said Lakers also have a legend in the scouting department, Bill Burtka. Who can forget about Bill Burtka, man? Definitely a legend, as well as the Bus Boys. I mean, they were brought on along and they were mentored by some of the best. Even Mitch Kupchak, before he started selling out before he started giving away contracts to Mozgov and Dang because of the bus boy, right? The bus bro, Jim Bus. But yeah, the Bus brothers, the younger ones, they have done an exceptional job, and I actually hope that once Rob Pelinka is done, they take over at the helm because they've done an exceptional job. They have a great eye for talent. They learn from their pops. They learn from Phil. They learn from so many talent evaluators that came before them. They've said it in interviews. So again, impressive by the. And it was crazy. Max Christie has some MVP chance going tonight, and that just reminded me so much of Austin Reeves and his ascension. So hopefully his confidence starts peaking at the right time when he starts getting the opportunity, and he can really just cement himself as a ball player. Because even though he's having a hell of a summer league, there's still a chance he struggles in regular season offensively, right? But I think all this confidence building with the crowd chanting MVP, he starts becoming addicted to that feeling and wanting more and more of it, right? When you start tasting success, you become, obsessed with it. So you strive even harder to get to that next level. So I think this is good for him. This is why I'm saying I'm kind of in the middle of sitting Max Christie or continuing to play him. Part of me wants to sit him because I don't want to risk injury. We're going to need him this year. And part of me wants to keep playing him so he can keep building that chemistry and that confidence. That way, come training camp, he's on the same level, right? And the Bus Bros. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. Anthony Brown was a second-round pick. Man, I remember Anthony Brown. He just never panned out, unfortunately. Dan, we still sign a big man. Who are they going to sign? I hope they're still targeting Christian Wood. I want an overkill of size in the paint. Matter of fact, if I was the Lakers, not only would I target Christian Wood, but I'd also target Bobo. And I would tell Christian Wood, listen, you're going to probably be the starter. Jackson Hayes will back you up. Bobo, you could be the backup 4, to back up Anthony Davis. And we just stacking bigs, man. I don't give a damn. The more size, the better, especially come playoff time. You see how impactful that could be. If you can throw big bodies at power forwards and centers like Jokic, just to give him different looks, it can definitely stagger him a little bit. Who do you guys want, though? Who does Laker family want? Who do you guys want as far as the bigs that are still available? You got Biyombo. Potentially, there might be JaVale McGee might become available if they buy him out. Obviously, Christian Wood. I believe Bobo just cleared waivers, if I'm not mistaken. So there's some options there, man, and options I didn't think were going to be there to start the summer. That's what has me even more excited. But remember, when I first started, I said one of my primary targets was Christian Wood, even when Brook Lopez was still on the market, just because he's younger and he's more skilled offensively. I'd love to have him for sure. My guy said, Dan, you notice any player we want usually goes somewhere else? We always get players that are not on our radar. Feels like we want Wood, but he ain't going to come here. Actually, the last couple of years, I've been getting the players I personally want. I wanted Malik Monk. We got him. Guys like that I've been wanting, and they've been landing. So I remember when I wanted Andre Drummond, and we landed him. Unfortunately, that did not work out for whatever reason, right? And then he goes to Philadelphia, and he has a much better season. So, sometimes you land them and sometimes you don't. But one thing about Rob is you're not going to hear about it till it happens, right? That's the thing about Rob Pelinka. We're not hearing no rumors. It's so quiet right now, which makes me think that we might have a horse in the race right now when it comes to, when it comes to getting these guys. When you don't hear nothing, I think that's a good thing. Most of the noise is being made by us Laker fans. So Mama Mentality said Wood and Dwight would be perfect. If you want to go physical, you put in Dwight. You want more versatility, you put in Wood. Yeah, man, any combination of bigs, I'm with it. Like I said, even Wood and Bobo, even Biyombo and Wood, or any combination of bigs, as long as you have those options there for Darvin, right? Even matter of fact, if you want to think a little bit more realistic, I'd bring back Tristan Thompson and Bobo. Why not? Tristan Thompson definitely held his own in that final game and in spurts whenever they inserted him. I'd give him why not? Take another flyer on him. I don't understand why he didn't play much. He was a veteran. It's not like he was a rookie, and he's had championship experience as well. So I think the coach really dropped the ball on him. But if they bring him back, they could definitely redeem himself by making him a regular rotation player. I just love the energy and effort he plays with. Everything else, the dunks, the rebounds, everything else he gives you, it's a bonus, right? He said, Biyombo for defense, I like Howard and McGee. Oh, my God. Imagine we recreate Howard and McGee all over again. Now, Howard is a possibility because he was playing for Taiwan. McGee, If they buy him out, could be a possibility. We've seen video surface of him and Vanderbilt working out together in the gym. Of course, it's a buddy league. Sometimes they recruit each other. Sometimes they're just hanging out. So don't want to make too much of it, but that's also a possibility. The only question is, will these guys be too old to bang down low with the likes of Jokic, or are they still right, where they need to be? That's the only question I have on that. Biyombo, I like. He's a dog. He gets after it. My only problem with him is Biyombo going up against somebody like Joker. He can get him in foul trouble easy because Joker, he gets with the up fakes. He does all the little herky jerky shit. So you want somebody who can, stay planted on the ground a little bit better. He said, Jovan said, Max Christie said his goal in the summer league has been to prove that he belongs in a rotation next season. He's done that, fam. He has done that. Now, in order to solidify that, he has to continue to do that in training camp and in the preseason, just like Austin Reeves did. They're taking a similar path. Austin Reeves was impressing folks even in training camp leading up to preseason. And then in preseason, he went off. That's why he got some PT his rookie year. And then he started in his second year, late in the season, once we traded Russell Westbrook away, which I was always clamoring. Remember, y'all heard it here first. I've been said Austin Reeves is a starter. I said it a long time ago, even his rookie season. I said, this guy's not afraid. He hits clutch buckets. He's hit game winners even in his rookie year. He does all the right things, plays defense, puts his body on the line, high basketball IQ, plays well off of LeBron James, and he just fit. He just fit perfectly. So I'm not surprised that he is where he's at, and he got the bag this summer. I think he's a starter moving forward. I'd be shocked if the coach removes that title from him. I'd be really upset if Darvin Ham did that. No matter who is playing well, Max Christie still got to prove himself. As much as I love the kid and I love young talent, he's still got to prove himself training camp, preseason, and so on and so forth. But I'd love for him to be a part of the rotation. Same thing with Cam Reddish. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much for tapping in tonight. Now, I know it was phone call Friday, but I completely forgot. So it just went over my head. Nobody reminded me today. So we'll take a rain check till next week. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Can't wait for the next Summer League game. Or if anything breaks or anything like that, you guys know where to find me. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. And a quick shout out to my sponsorship Prize Picks, man, for being so phenomenal. If you haven't tried them out, definitely check them out. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I'll see you guys here real soon, all right? Have a great rest of your night. Peace.